Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and somebody sent me this logo and asked for some help. This is what she sent me. This is what I just sent back. It's relatively easy. She wanted the sun engraved, or just an outline of the sunset and the cactus engraved. She was having trouble with these parts of the sea, and I'll probably have to break this video down into uh, a couple of videos because I don't know if I'm gonna have time. But this part's easy, and for one thing, young lady, your colors are in Pantone. I know she's going to engrave it, so you need to change that to where your colors are RGB. You'll have a lot better luck. I'm going to change that from a half a point to a hairline, and here's the reason why. I'm going to control. So we're making these two spots. Control D and make a duplicate. Flip. Whoop. Let me back up here. I didn't hold down the control button. Hold down the control button and flip it. Well, isn't that? There we go. I wasn't grabbing it right. So this is what we need. And this is, to me, a fun part. This one's a little bit more over to this side than that side. So I'm going to bring in an indexing line. I'm going to put it about right there. I'm going to bring another indexing line, and I'm going to put it about there. And if I was doing this for real, that looks pretty even. Now what I'm going to do is I've got my nudges that's set on 1 inch. I'm going to nudge these old parts out of the way. I'm going to create another circle about the thickness of those. And I'm going to go to the midpoint of that and hold down the shift key and the control key at the same time. And then I get a perfect circle from that point. And see, it's her program. She draws in Pantone. That's going to end up giving you problems, and you'll have to go through and set your default. But I can very easily, because I've got right here, I can make that an RGB black. Now it's not in the center, so I'm going to change my nudge factor to 0.001. First of all, I'm going to change it to a hairline. I like drawing in hairlines. I think you get a better feel, and we're going to erase those things either way. And now I'm just going to kind of cursor that thing over, maybe even over a little bit this way. Now my indexing lines are going to stop my smart fill. So I'm going to smart fill that. Okay, they won't in this case. So take 2-point lines and go from there, hold down the control button and go to there. And I'm going to change that right now. It bugs me. So if you double click on this, go to graphic, draw in a hairline, and I can't really remember the way to change the color, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. So I've changed it to a hairline, so we'll redraw that line. A hairline, to me, you get a lot, you can tell that you're on that line more so. See, we're a little bit off. Delete that one. Get on that line. We're a little bit off. There we go. I don't know why that's doing that. It looks like I'm on the line. And for the video, that's good enough. And now we're going to take the Smart Fill tool and do these two parts. Now I'm going to move them out of the way. Whoop. Move it back because I had my nudge factor set so low. I'm going to set it on 1 inch. I'm going to move my new Smart Fill out of the way. Move my Smart Fill out of the way. I'm going to delete these indexing lines. You can turn them off, but it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to delete that line. All we need is the outside of that. I'm going to cut that line. I don't even need any of that or any of that. And there's actually 2 lines right there. Try to cut it. Then just smart fill that. There's the center of our deal, but I would always go and left click no outline. Now I'm going to move my parts of my C back, delete these, and if that doesn't look like that, I don't know what does. I'm going to do the arrows Next, so let's, our Smart Fill is still on 1, and see it goes right there, so we're good. I'm going to take my A in the other part and move it over, get it out of the way. I'm going to ungroup this, and I'm going to move my arrow back. I don't think this is grouped, so I'm just going to move it back. That should stop my Smart Fill from doing these outer lines. Now I'm going to move them out of the way. Just a couple of clicks. Now we can actually delete these lines. And the reason I moved the letters out of the way is so I can get inside there. Now we can move this back. Sometimes if you don't click on it, it moves it a little bit. Now I'm going to fill in the A, get rid of the outline, and I'm going to nudge it over. I'm going to make sure there's no lines there and nudge it over. So there is part of the logo. Then I would just take the Smart Fill tool and I would make these two. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click on that. I'm going to make them both, let's say, 2 points and scale with object. That looks pretty close to the logo. We need to fill in everything that she wants engraved, and I'll do the second part in another video, but let's zoom in here and just take the Smart Fill tool and fill in our text. She did a pretty good job of text to path. It looks good, even, square. But I would always, before you forget it, select that and right click no fill or no outline. We can go in and fill in our two cactuses. And don't forget, we need to change them. Let's see if, well, the letters are grouped together, so we shouldn't hit them. I'm going to left click no outline. Zoom in a little bit more and do Arizona. It's a pretty cool logo. And there, that part is done. It was that easy. I'm going to stop the video because my videos are getting too long and I don't want people to have to watch forever if they're not interested. And we'll come back and do part 2 with the sun. Hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.